What's up, y'all boys? And we back with another episode of We Ball Podcast.
Um,
You know, you know how it goes, bro. It's gonna be some hot takes, it's
it's
gonna
gonna
be
be
some
cold
cold
take,
takes,
and
and
you
it's gonna
got
be
to know
some bold takes.
I'm
Bro,
standing.
you feel me? So today we got something special. Today we gonna go through the first round of the mock draft for y'all boys and let y'all know how y'all think this gonna go in April when you know that NFL draft starts, bro. So Chris, how you feel about that?
This draft, I feel like got a lot of hidden talent in this draft, bro. I feel like all the talent is not gonna come from out the first round. I feel like you're gonna really start hitting third and fourth round, the ones that really gonna have some impact on them teams.
No, seriously, bro. Like I've been keeping up with like other mock drafts that other people make, and I be kind of like, really? You see that there? Really? And then I'd be like, you just cooked, like you just
Got
did
no
something. I
cap.
can't lie.
Do be cooking.
Now this mock draft include no trades. So we're just
Right.
doing what we filling teams need with no trades. Because we get into trades, now you're getting complicated. So this is where we think each player is gonna go with no trades.
Now we're not doing the full 7, we're just doing the first round of who we think going that first round and what that team need right now from that first round draft pick.
Yeah. So all right. So first we got one. We got the Raiders at one. We got the Raiders at one, and I
It's
think I
pretty
think
given.
this one is unanimous. This is an easy one.
Mhm.
They need a quarterback, and you got the Heisman. You got the Heisman winner Fernando Mendoza, and you're sitting at one. You pick him. You kick everything off, and you take Fernando Mendoza at one. So go ahead,
Yep, I
draft him
agree.
there. At
Number
two,
2, we got the Jets. Now the
we
Jets,
got the Jets.
this is an organization that needs literally everything. So in the first round, I feel like they him on defense right here because you just lost your premier defensive tackle in Quentin Williams, and you just need somebody to fill that gap, somebody that's going to be dominant from out the gate as a rookie. And honestly, it might not be an exact defensive tackle. I think they go edge here and pick up Ruben Bain.
See, now I agree. Their needs are quarterback, wide receiver, D lineman, linebacker, corner. Two, if the next best quarterback would be what, Ty Simpson, and that's
Yeah.
at two is kind of that's high. That's high. That's not where we want to draft a quarterback, especially when you got so many quarterbacks that's on a similar level that taking a quarterback at two is just insane to me.
Insane when you got to really focus
Right.
on him on other positions that you need.
And the wide receiver. So you're gonna be drafting the wide. So you have Garrett Wilson there. You'll be drafting a wide receiver two at number two. I don't like that. I think that's too high. Corner. I think that's going. If you go on the defensive side, I think that's where you probably
Yeah.
go. But the best corner, Mansur Delane, at two is too high. So I think I agree with you here. You said you had them taking Ruben Bain.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's going. I think Ruben Bain is the best option. Next on the clock, we got the Cardinals. Again, at three with these quarterback selections, that's high. Outside of Fernando Mendoza, these quarterbacks, that's high. Now, here's what I was thinking. I think we don't know what the situation as far as what Kyler Murray is, as far as the quarterback situation, but we do know that if you're gonna be taking somebody high, bro, it better be somebody good that you can keep long term. I think there's some good guards. I think there's some good tackles, and I think what I would go here is probably Francie Mauigoa out of Miami, just to shore up some on that O line. What you
Now,
think?
see, I would have to. I agree. I see what you're saying about the Cardinals situation, but I feel like it's the complete opposite. Like, okay, so your quarterback, you're not really too him on. You benched him and started Jacoby Brissett mid-season, and then your running back is skeptical. James Conner, he's getting old. It's injury prone a lot. So those are two positions I feel like they really got to him on in the first round. So me, no bias. I either say they either go. Well, me, if I was Cardinals GM, I'm taking a quarterback. I'm taking a young quarterback that we could develop and work with. So I think on my mock draft, I'm going top Simpson at 3 to the Cardinals.
All right, so how mine's looking, we got Fernando at one, which I think we both got, but Ruben Bain at two, which I think we both got. But here's where we differ. You're gonna draft a Ty Simpson because you think they need a quarterback.
Right.
I'm gonna think I don't know. I think they'd take it another year with Kyler and, get him somebody that could replace him later in the draft. Like I said, there's so many quarterbacks at similar level that I wouldn't take a quarterback at three. So I'm gonna go Francis Mauigoa, get somebody on that line, get him a tackle. And then okay, so next we got the Titans. The Titans in a weird
Now this
situation. Their
one,
needs are their needs are running back, wide receiver, center, guard, edge, and cornerback.
mhm,
At four, you need a running back, but you need a lot, bro. We don't know if you're gonna keep Calvin Ridley, you know. So me, I'm leaning.
Wide receiver
I'm,
here.
I'm leaning wide receiver for me. I think at 4 the Titans end up with Cardell Tate, wide receiver 1. Get Cam Ward some help.
Yeah, I agree with you on the position wise, but I just don't think it's Cardinal Tate here. I really think they're gonna go Makai Lemon or really even Jordan Tyson. If you want that premier wide receiver 1, you got to take a Cardell Tate, don't get me wrong, is a great wide receiver, elite route running, standing at 6'3", 6'4". But Jordan Tyson, he's versatile. Even Makai Lemon, versatile. Even though he's coming out of the slot position, you can use him in different many ways. I just don't see you getting that aspect from out of Cardinal Tate every single time you need him to step up. So I think I'm going wide receiver still, but I'm going Makai Lemon here with the Titans. I think that's the first wide receiver off the board.
At 4, I don't. I think we both went wide receiver. We just deferred at who wide receiver 1 is.
Right.
I think Carnell Tate, given how you know how these Ohio State receivers get, he's a long-term player. He might not be the most splashiest, but he's gonna be Mr. Consistent and he's gonna show up every game. And he doesn't really, as far as injuries, he don't really get hurt. He's
Hmm.
he's he's available every game. So that's kind of, I used to think Jordan Tyson, but then I had to look into Jordan Tyson injury history, and if we're going who's the best and who injury history matters too. And these players, even though they're the best, they got to be available too. So that's
Yeah.
why I kind of lean Carnell Tate at 4. At 5, we got the Giants.
Now, this is where I think they go wide receiver and to get Malik Neighbors some help, to get Jackson Dart some help, and really to balance out that offense. You know, you got when you get that healthy Cam Scatterbo and Jackson Dart in that backfield, it's going to be lethal. But you need somebody on the outside, somebody that's going, okay, when Malik Neighbors getting him the wide receiver 2, let's do it. And this is where I think Carnell Tate lands at because if he just fits that position way better with the Giants, he's not, I wouldn't say he's really a rookie wide receiver 1. I think he needs time to still develop and get used to the NFL and stuff like that. So I think under Malik Neighbors and that wide receiver coach, Carnell Tate will flourish better on the Giants. So I'm taking Tate to the Giants.
So okay, so Carnell goes after. So who you had
McCollum.
going to the Titans? Okay, so you have
McCollum.
McCollum to the Titans, and now you got Carnell flying off the board to the Giants. Now here's where I go. I don't believe in taking a wide receiver 2 in the top 10. I feel like if you already got a prime wide receiver, I don't believe in taking a wide. You got Malik Neighbors. I don't believe in taking a wide receiver 2 in the top 10. So
That's okay.
I think they lean, as far as the New York Giants, I think we lean. We kind of try to protect Jackson Dart, and we get him something on the O
Yeah,
line.
yeah.
Something on the O line. And I would lean, and I don't know who's the guard there right now, but by far the best guard in this draft is out of Penn State, Ola Loney. I hope I'm saying that right. So I'm gonna
Right.
go Ola Loney out of Penn State right here. We're gonna draft him at 5 to the Giants.
Okay.
You know,
Number
at
6,
6,
got the Browns. The Browns need a quarterback, wide receiver, a guard, and a tackle. That's what their needs are. Here, I'm pivoting it off of you. I think the Browns, they need to give whatever their quarterback room is. Me, I think Shador starts. I think Shador starts, and they need to buy Shador some time. So I think they both grab a premier French man. So I think they go O lineman. So I think I'm gonna go get the Penn State dude you just said. I don't know how to say the name, but Ione. I think he lands number 6, Cleveland Browns.
Okay, so okay, like I said, I don't believe in taking a wide receiver 2, but there's no receiver work. If I know you said they're gonna start Shador, I believe they're gonna start Shador. There's no
Yeah.
receiver help here, and now I think another receiver fly off the board. We get Shador or whoever that quarterback is, a prime wide receiver 1. We don't
Hmm.
know what they're gonna do. I think Jerry Judy was the one guy over there, and
Yeah.
we don't know how that, you know. So here's is where I see Jordan Tyson flying off the
Mm.
board, going to the Cleveland Browns, and we get Shador Sanders a weapon. Let's
That's
go
nasty.
wide receiver, and now we go Jordan Tyson to the Browns. Now Washington.
Number 7.
Washington, you feel me? Got then needs a tight end, guard, edge, linebacker, and DB. We see Washington. We seen what Washington did with what they have. They know
Mhm.
with the free agents they came in. They know how to maximize talent. I think at 7 we go defense here. Now
Yes.
I'm leaning. We go edge here.
Yeah.
I'm leaning. Not even so much edge. I think we go defense. I think we go best available, and I think we go Arvell Reese to Washington. He's still on the board. I'm gonna go Arvell Weiss to Washington.
I agree with you on the defensive side. I just don't think they're gonna take the linebacker first round. I think they go stock up them trenches because it starts in the trenches no matter what. It starts in the trenches. You can penetrate that quarterback, get pressure on the quarterback. You ultimately help out your back half of the defense. So I think they go David Bailey, top edge in this draft. I think he fits perfect with the commander scheme they got over there. I'm taking David Bailey.
And that's reasonable. I like that pick there too. We both. I'm going defense. I'm going something long term on defense. We don't got really nothing on the defensive side of the ball. We got people that you got to pay. So why not bring in a young talent on the defense? I think we both link defense, just different players. So
Right.
at eight, we got
And
the Saints. Now they need a wide receiver, a guard, and a D lineman. Who
right.
do you think is wide
Right
receiver
here,
3 in this draft?
who do I think is wide receiver 3? So my
Hmm.
wide receiver 1 with McCollum, wide receiver 2 was Cornell Tate. Right here, I think they go Jordan Tyson. Right here, I
Jordan
think
Tyson.
it's the best. I wouldn't say the best fit because of course he could always go other places and work better, but their need is a wide receiver. Chris Olave is just not cutting it as a wide receiver 1. He's injury prone, gets banged up a lot, and he's just undersized really. He's a slot receiver being wide receiver 1. So I think they go big body, make a difference on that wide receiver room. I think they go Jordan Tyson with the 8th pick.
Okay, I like what you said there, mentioning that you need a big body receiver.
Mhm.
I still got Makai Lemon as the next best wide receiver on the board, and he don't fit what we need right now as far as in the wide receiver. And if we want to get our big body wide receiver, they'll probably fall to us later in the draft. Wide receiver, I don't think they take him at 8. I would lean guard. I probably would lean guard. You still got Brian Breesy on the D line, so like you still can get some D line help later in the draft. But I think we,
Right.
have a safe pick that can also work long term. So the interior O lineman, the best available is, see, I gotta clean up my board a little bit.
I believe
Interior
it
O
would be.
lineman at guard. I think it'd be Emmanuel Pregnon out of Oregon to the Saints. Let's go ahead and draft him there.
I'm not mad at that draft pick either. I'm not mad because you need Jordan Tyson. Tyler Show really ain't have no time to really decipher the defense and really find his open guys due to the fact of lack of time being blitzed and stuff like that. So I do think building up your trenches here is a smart thing to do. But also, I just think he needs weapons. If he doesn't have nobody to throw to or to get the ball out to, it doesn't matter how much time you have if you can't throw it to nobody. So that's why I say they go Jordan Tyson here. But still, with the guard, it's a great pick. I feel like it's a
Right.
win-win either way.
Right. And now we got Kansas City. I think we both got the
I
same
think
pick
this,
here.
yeah, I think this is pretty simple. Isaiah Pacheco, Kareem Hunt is just a horrible running back room. Isaiah Pacheco
Names.
just coming off the injury, came back, really ain't do too much. So I think they go Jeremiah Love here. That's the
I
top
think
running back in this draft. And if he's still on the board at 9, I feel like you have no other choice but to get Jeremiah Love.
I honestly think so too, bro. And he arguably could be the best talent in this draft. Again, a position needs matter, so that's why he kind of dropped to 9, which I think luckily he did drop to 9 here because the Chiefs really need this piece. And if we get Patrick Mahomes or a dynamic running back like Jeremiah Love, we don't know we know Andy Reid is a great coach too. So imagine the brainstorming between Pat and Andy Reid to say how can we maximize this
Jeremiah,
running back talent. He can catch, he can run, he really can do it all.
he's
So
a
that's
dual
why I kind
threat.
of got them leaning Jeremiah Love at 9 to the Chiefs as well.
Number 10, we got the Cincinnati Bengals. Their needs is a center, guard, defensive lineman, and a safety. I feel like it's pretty obvious. The best safety in the draft. Listen, before we even get there, the Bengals have to get something on the defensive side of the ball this first round. They need a top guy. They need somebody that's going to make the change and really put some oomph into that defense. He's going to be a young guy. He has nothing but time to grow and improve and fill into that role they're hoping he fills into. So I feel like the one that fits that position best would be Caleb Downs from out of Ohio State. You need safety help. You don't have any safeties. You don't have really anything on defense besides we don't even. I can't even say Trey Hendrickson. He's a free agent right now, so I feel like you got to go Caleb Downs right here. It's the most safe and best pick possible for the Bengals.
Now, I agree. I agree. But now you just brought up a good fact. Like we don't know what Trey Henderson is already getting old. We don't know what you have in mind. Finding
I
a
think I
good
know what you're
edge
going with.
finding a good edge is way harder than finding a good safety. So I think here I still got David Bailey on the board. I think the Bengals sure up get a great edge and they go David Bailey out of Texas Tech here, actually.
Okay. That's not a bad pick, though. I'm not mad at that because, like I said, you don't know what's going on with Trey Hendrickson. And so getting the edge here in this position, it would be kind of like a safety valve. You might lose one, but also replacing it with the younger, fresher, great elite edge to replace him. So I like that pick. But we both agree that it's got to be something on that defensive side of the ball. Number
So wait, who's the kid they just drafted last year out of
Mark
Texas?
Stewart. Guy was dealing with the contract. He didn't like the contract they set up to him. Basically stating if he gets hurt, he wouldn't get paid. Now,
And
if
he was
I'm a
pretty much
yeah,
a no-show last year, right? So okay,
he didn't
okay,
really
yeah, I'm
do
thinking
anything,
David
but
Bailey.
he did start off late into the season, but that's not making any excuses for him. I feel like his agent should have did a better job getting him a contract that he liked so he could have started off fresh in the season like everybody else. But yeah, he wasn't nobody hot to really keen on it.
So at 11, we have the Dolphins.
Mm,
This is kind of because I've never been a fan of Tua. I just didn't think he was the right fit here. But I knew this quarterback, wide receiver, guard, corner, and you don't know what your quarterback situation is going to look like. I don't know what. I'm kind of like, okay, now do we do a quarterback fly off the board here to Miami because we don't know what we have. At the quarterback position. Again, I said earlier, I don't believe in drafting a wide receiver too if
right.
you already got a wide receiver one in the first round. So the Dolphins, you still have Jalen Waddle. I think Jalen Waddle could be a very well wide receiver one, and you can get
Now
him
that
some help.
Tyreek Hill's out of there, he has all the attention and focus to help scheme him open.
We can get him some help later. So I think we go quarterback here. Actually, I think we go quarterback here. I think this is where Ty Simpson goes to Miami Dolphins.
Okay. Okay. Now I see your thought process on this situation here, and I think it's a very smart one. You know, I took Todd Simpson early on to go into the Cardinals, replacing Carlin Murray if they you feel me move on and stuff like that. But right here, I think I'm going interior lineman. I think I build up the trenches. First round, he's still on the board. I think they go Emmanuel Pregon here. He's an elite guard coming from out of Oregon. I think it's a win-win either way. So yeah, I'm going Emmanuel Pregon at the guard spot. Number 12, oh my goodness. We have the Dallas Cowboys. Now the Dallas Cowboys has 2 first round picks here. They have 2 first round picks. Their needs are running back, edge, linebacker, and safety. So if we want to get into the Cowboys really, let's just talk about the end of the half of their season. You lose your star player on the defense, Micah Parsons, and then right behind it, you trade away Trayvon Diggs, which got traded to the Packers, eventually got released from the Packers, so he's a free agent as well. I feel like right here they're leaning. I feel like they lean somewhere towards the edge position, somewhere on the defense position. So I feel like they possibly could go Kendrick Folk or Tyus Holloway from out of Texas Tech. Kendrick Folk, he's mainly known for runs. He's a run stopper type of edge. He plays great on the run. When you get into the pass game, he really is. I wouldn't say he's a no show, but it's not his strong suit. His suit is stopping the run. He is Howell from out of Texas A&M. He's very balanced. He stops the pass, stops the run. So I think they go with a better option, of course, and get Hallowell from out of Texas A&M.
Yeah, you stay in Texas, and get a
Mhm.
homegrown guy. So you think they go Cassius? Here, our needs are running back, edge, linebacker, safety. We got a generational talent still on my board here at the safety position. And we know
Mhm.
you're gonna go defense. You're developing that formula of okay, we're gonna pay our guys on offense, we're gonna draft young talent on defense. And I don't see how you even with him still available at this point, I think we go Caleb Downs out of Ohio State to
Okay.
the Dallas Cowboys. I think this is where he falls. To get a sure leader in that room that can kind of because he's proven that at a young age, he when he was a freshman at Alabama, he has that leadership to turn something around. So we can,
Yeah.
bring that over. We need that in Dallas. Hate to say it. I would literally hate it if Caleb Downs end up a Cowboy, but I think this is the pick where we go. I think the Dallas Cowboy drafts Caleb Downs with the 12th pick.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. We both agree there's something on the defensive side. I just tell you Caleb Downs going earlier to the Bengals. Number 13, we got Los Angeles Rams. Their needs is a quarterback, tackle, and cornerback. I don't really think their offense was what held them back from going to the Super Bowl here. I really think it was the defense. I feel like the DBs was weak. They couldn't guard. They really couldn't guard. It was just free money all over the field, if you want me to be honest, from what I've seen. So I think you got to go master the lane here and grab a elite defensive back and help your outside corners. I feel like it's the smartest thing to go right here. And you can always get a tackle and a quarterback later on in the draft that can eventually pan out under with some coaching. So I feel like you get Manson Delane here to come and buff up that defense side of the ball.
Okay, that I was leaning. We know we're gonna draft on the defensive side of the ball. The defensive side of the ball is really what keeps the Rams competitive. And all their money is on the offensive side of the ball. That's where all the like as far as the high paid stars are. And then we have our defense, which is just a whole bunch of young guys that's on rookie contracts, and that way we can kind of diverse our money. I think they keep with that formula, and I think they go ahead and draft Mansour Delane, uh, Virginia Tech and LSU product. And yeah,
LSU product,
I
but
think he's
yeah.
a Ram. I think he's a Ram here. The best corner goes off the board.
14, we got Baltimore, dummy. Yeah, we got Baltimore Ravens here. Their needs is a wide receiver, guard, and defensive lineman. I know you said you don't believe in taking a wide receiver to first round, but honestly, I don't really feel like there's a wide receiver one on that team. Don't get me wrong, Zay Flowers is a baller. He just has too much problems going on. He's undersized, not really good with his hands. You got Rashad Bateman on the outside. He's getting old. And then who was the third one? Who's their wide receiver 3?
Who is the wide receiver 3 over there? I would just look. I don't know. I was just looking at it too.
That just
I
proved
know
my
his
point.
numbers.
It just proved my point even more. There's not really no solidified wide receiver one out there. Lamar, he needs a guy that he can count on basically, not worried about dropping the ball or not even getting open flat out, period. So I think they go wide receiver here. This will be my 4th wide receiver off the board. And I think they go Denzel Boston from out of Washington. He's a
Denzel.
elite Denzel Boston. Yeah, he's a elite big body type of receiver, 6'4", 209 pounds, and he's young. That's literally what more can you want from him? I've never really seen him drop the ball. I think this is a perfect fit. Stays in that purple and goes to the Ravens.
Right, and I kind of agree with you. I think they go wide receiver here. Now we
Mhm.
got all these small receivers across the board for Lamar, and I still have Makai Lemon available, but I
Mhm.
just don't think him being 5'11", you might
Yeah,
like.
5'10".
We don't want to draft another, smaller guy. We already have Zay Flowers. I actually think we agree with each other here, and I go Denzel Boston. You mentioned he's 6'4". I think that's the big body target that
Yeah.
Lamar really needs, you know? So I think we do take a wide receiver and we take Denzel Boston because he is the bigger, that bigger X type guy. Now we got the Buccaneers. We got the
Mm.
Buccaneers. Our needs are tight end, guard, edge, linebacker, and cornerback. What you think?
Me personally, I feel like it's something on the defensive side. Either it be a linebacker or cornerback. I don't really see you getting a first round tight end here. Maybe a guard, but I don't feel like their offensive line is again the problem. I feel like they don't have enough on their defensive side of the ball to keep them in good games. Yeah, Baker Mayfield can go out there throw for 300 yards every game, put up 4 or 5 touchdowns, but it comes down to the defensive side of the ball. If you can't get the offense off the field, you can't expect your offense to score every time. So I think you have to buff up your defense here. And me personally, I think they go linebacker here. They was always known for a decent linebacker room. I think they go Everell Reese here from Ohio State.
Averill Reese from Ohio State.
Yep.
He was still on your board. I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
From Ohio State. Okay, okay. I like that pick. I like that pick. He's the best. What is the best backer?
Linebacker.
Backer available. He was off my board already, I believe so. Yeah, he went to Washington for me, but I do like the pick. Okay, we need to go linebacker. We need to go defense here. We need to go linebacker here. You really need to go linebacker and edge with the first round because Hassan Reddick was a kind of a it didn't work out. Yaya Diaby, he really don't get back there like he's supposed to. So, but If we go off best available, I think we go linebacker here. We take Sonny Styles out of Ohio State
Still Ohio
to the
State, boy.
Buccaneers. Now we back with the Jets. The Jets are back on the clock. The
Okay,
Jets
for
are back.
Jets, I had Ruben Bain going to the Jets' second pick. Now we come back to the Jets at pick number 16. Their needs is quarterback, wide receiver, D lineman, linebacker, and cornerback. I feel like they buff up their defense again. Why not go big on that defense side of the ball? Like you said, you don't kind of agree with you when you said you don't believe in taking a wide receiver 2 in the first round. Okay, cool. The quarterback situation, I feel like all the quarterbacks left can be picked later on in the draft. So I think you buff up your defense here. I think you go cornerback and go pick up Jeremiah McCoy from out of Tennessee. I feel like that's the best possible situation for the Jets first round, and it just makes complete sense. You get an elite edge out of Ruben Bain, and then you come right behind and get an elite corner, mind you, a tall corner standing at, I want to say, 6 foot, 193. Why not? Buff up
Bro,
that defense.
are you reading my mind? Why was I thinking, okay, I think we go defense again. I think we're going deep defense again. We lost Sauce Gardner to the Colts. We traded him away. So, and I don't think we traded him away without knowing, okay, in this draft, we're going to fill that need. And you got a similar build
Similar
corner.
build.
You got a similar build corner in Jamal McCoy out of Tennessee. And we know he's a shutdown receiver. So that I lean Jamal McCoy here too. Go ahead and they take, they help out the defensive side of the ball in the first round. Now we have the Lions on the clock. The Lions on the clock. What you thinking?
Okay, so their needs is center, tackle, edge, and then cornerback. Lions, 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 Lions. I think they go defensive side of the ball here. I feel like, hold on, give me one moment. I feel like they go defense side of the ball for sure, though. If you want to hand on the cornerback and DB room, you got Arian, uh, Terrion Arnold, excuse me. You got Kirby Joseph. You got Brian Branch. You're just missing that one extra piece. So I feel like, your D line is straight studs. You're getting back a healthy Aiden Hutchinson. We all seen how lethal he is when he's healthy. I feel like you just get that extra piece you're missing out of the DB room. Go Avion Terrell here. He's a
You go
hard
Avion
hitting
Terrell.
He's a hard-hitting cornerback. He covers the ball well and turnover merchant. Why not add that type of factor onto your team? His brother's in the league, so you know what that Terrell name does when it hits the NFL. They just boss up and hold their own. So I feel like that you go Avion Terrell from out of Clemson.
So you think they go corner and that's one of their needs? Okay.
Yeah,
I so they got Terrion. Who's the other one? DJ Reed? DJ Reed.
from out of the Jets. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why.
okay. Here, I kind of defer to there. I think we go offensive line. I think we go tackle, or center here. Mm,
Okay,
And I think we go best available out of the two. I think we go best available out of the two, out of the tackles or the centers. Spencer Fano, I love this pick, honestly. I love this pick for Spencer Fano, 6'6" guy, 308 pounds, just a mountain of a dude. That guy
yeah.
is huge, 21 years old, young guy too, that can play a lot of years in the future. So I think we take best available as far as building our line, and we take Spencer Fano out of
Actually, I'm not mad at that pick right there. I can't lie. I'm not mad at that pick at all. Now I'm in a sticky situation because at pick 18, I see it. See it. At pick 18, we have the Minnesota Vikings. Their needs are running back, center, and DB. I'm gonna let you go first. I'm gonna let you go first. I'm gonna let you go
So
first.
so when we analyze the positions, we have the next best running back is Jadarian Price. He's the next best at Jadarian Price. I don't think Jadarian is like a first round. I don't know if we take Jadarian in the first round, he probably can fall to us later. We go to the centers. We go to the centers. The best center is Connor Lew out of
Honestly,
Auburn. Then we go to the DBs, the corners, because you really, and I think as far as DB, I think we're talking safety because you got Isaiah Rogers there and you got Byron Murphy there. You do have Harrison who's kind of getting old, and then your other safety is Josh Metellus. So I honestly think we go safety here, and I think we take Emmanuel McNeil Warren out of Toledo. The ball hawk and the size out of this guy is absolutely insane, bro. It's insane. 6'2", 200 pounds, can play the box, can play the pass. He really can play everywhere. He can still guard up man coverage as well. So I think they go safety here to kind of, like I said, Smith is getting old. Tellers, I think it's not a locked up position for Metellus. I think we still can get better at safety. So I think they draft Emmanuel McNeil Warren to go to Minnesota.
I actually completely agree with you here. I was looking at what their needs was, and it just didn't make sense to really get those guys. When I say those guys, I mean running back and center position in the first round when you could obviously come get them back in the back half of the draft.
Hmm.
And Emmanuel McNeil Warren, straight stud. I completely agree with everything you said. And him being on the board at 18, I feel like it's only right you go get him here and beef up that defense. I completely agree.
At 19, we have
It
the
was
Panthers.
time.
I think this is where I break my rule a little bit. As far as not drafting a wide receiver 2 in the first round,
Let me hear you.
think I think this is where I think, okay, so we have McMillan there.
Okay.
We have after McMillan, we can still get better at wide receiver. After McMillan, we can still get better. You got Leggett, who honestly he hasn't showed up since you drafted that guy.
Correct.
You got Coker. Coker's a great receiver.
Dog.
Coker's a great receiver, but I don't know. I don't know if you at 19 pick for me and you look at, okay, Makai Lemon is still on the board here and you still need a receiver if you pass up on Makai Lemon. Maybe if Makai Lemon wasn't still on the board here, you go lean elsewhere, but Makai is still on the board at 19. I just think he's too good. I think we bring him in and get Bryce some more help at receiver. I think the Panthers go Makai Lemon.
I get what you're saying with the receiver position and things like that. But honestly, I feel like that receiver room is still loaded. I feel like they just have to work in the correct guys. At the end of the day, I think that's what it comes down to. You going off of past last year's draft, grab I want to say Jimmy Horn from out of Colorado. Is Javon Baker on the Panthers?
No,
No.
Javon Baker on the Eagles. So your
Okay.
Panthers wide receiver, you have Teddy McMillan.
Or is
You
that Michael
have
Hudson over there? It's one of the
Michael Hudson.
UCF boys.
You're talking about Kobe Hudson.
Yeah, Kobe Hudson. You have, yeah, I think it's too deep. I think you just have to work in the right guys. Me personally, I think they him on defense on this position. What you need in a D lineman and linebacker, I think you gotta go on my board. I still have Sonny Styles, so I'm taking Sonny Styles to the Panthers.
Ooh, and you still got, and Panthers got Ransom. So you connect
Feel
them
me?
two as well. They still got Ransom
I
there.
think you go with Sonny Styles in this position. It just makes sense.
All right, okay. So at 20, we got Dallas here. Okay, I had Dallas taking Caleb Downs earlier in the draft. We still got a running back need, we still got an edge need, and we still got a linebacker need. Now, the best available, if we look at best available, at least on my board, we got a D lineman Peter Woods. We don't really need a D lineman here because we got Kenny Clark and Quentin Williams that we just got last year. And now I think we go off the edge here, and I think we take Cassius Howe out of Texas A&M with the 20th pick in the draft.
And I agree with you on, that was who I had Cowboys taking with the 12th pick. With this 20th pick, with their needs being, like you said, running back, edge, linebacker, and safety, I feel like running back you could get later on the back half of the draft. I took the edge early on in this first round with Tazua Howell. I think you got to go defense again, and you take Dylan Thiemann. He's an elite playmaking safety. He's a ball hawk. He kind of puts you in that mindset of Caleb Downs. He hasn't really been getting targeted because he does his job and does it very, very well to a high standard every play, every rep. So I feel like getting Dylan Thiemann and Chases Howell in the first round, if I'm Jerry Jones, I'm overly happy for that night one in the draft. I think that's a great draft first round for the Cowboys if it does end up playing like that. With the 21st pick, we have Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are in a funny spot right now. I'm not gonna lie. Their needs are quarterback, wide receiver, tackle, and defensive back. If you guys don't know, I'm sure most of you guys do know. Mike Tomlin just stepped down as head coach. The quarterback is Aaron Rodgers. He's getting old. He's on the brink of retiring. Your wide receivers, you have DK Metcalf, I want to say Calvin Alston, and I forgot who the wide receiver 3 was. The defensive side of the ball, I don't think you're too much worried about it. You have Jalen Ramsey. What's Joey? Joey, what's his last name?
So you got Jalen Ramsey, Joey Porter,
Joey Porter Jr.
Darius Slay, I think got cut.
Yeah, they traded Minkah Fitzpatrick over to the
So you
Dolphins.
need, and then it was a miss. It was really like a weak link. I think KZ was the other corner.
Mhm.
Really like a weak link at corner. So I think a safe pick. That's why they mentioned DB. They need a corner and a safety.
Okay, so if I don't know, if I'm Pittsburgh and I'm in this position, I feel like we just got to play it safe here. I think we just build up the trenches, honestly. I think we build up the trenches and hold on. iPad is doing some malfunctioning. I think we play it safe and go tackle here. My bad. I think we take, well, on my board, I still have Francis Mayagoa from out of Miami. I think they take
Marinoa.
Maganoa. Yeah, I think they take him with the 21st pick, playing it safe and getting everything else you really need in the back half of the draft. He's the elite tackle, standing at 6'6", 315, elite dog at the tackle position, and really help whatever quarterback you're gonna play backside, really. So yeah.
So with the Steelers at 21, bro, it's kind of crazy here, bro. Now we back to my belief. Mekhi Lemons up. I be back to my belief. I don't believe we take a wide receiver 2 in the
Right.
first round. So the need for wide receiver, I know that we see that, but not the first round. Quarterback, quarterback is kind of questionable here because when we look at the quarterbacks on the list, bro, do we really see a guy that maybe can't fall to us later in the draft? So I
Yes.
think okay, maybe we can kind of feel another need, and we probably lean on the defensive side of the ball. You got KZ, and you have KZ at the you got KZ at the corner. Who's the other safety?
Mhm.
KZ at the corner, and it's a missing
And on
safety.
here it says AJ Halsey from out of LSU. He was out there with
No, I'm
Master.
talking. I'm talking for the Steelers. Like we got a need at
Oh,
DB. I think we
Steelers.
go DB here. We kind of get a guy on the opposite side of Joey Porter. We go best available, and we take Avion Terrell to the Steelers at 21.
He was still on your board.
Yes. Where do you have
Yeah,
Avion going?
if he's still on the board at 21, I definitely think you have to go him and beef up that defense. Because really, that's what the Steelers is known for. Their defense is elite. The D line is immaculate with TJ Watt. You have Hayward in the middle. It's just elite all around. Yeah, your defensive backs is strong. You just need that one extra piece. I like that. The
Now we
22nd pick.
have the Chargers, bro. What do you think Harbaugh do in LA? What do you think he goes? They need a center, guard, and D lineman. What do you think? What do you think they grab here?
I think center guard and D lineman. Okay, I think it's clear they need trench work on both sides of the ball. I think on my board, it's a no brainer. Chase Bisonadis from out of Texas A&M is still on my board, so I think he lands at the Chargers' 22nd pick.
Center is what I was thinking too,
He's the
honestly.
guard. Chase is the guard.
Center. Okay, so he's a guard. I'm thinking center. I'm
Excuse me.
thinking center here. I think we go Connor Lew out of Auburn, bro. Connor Lew out of Auburn is kind of a good pick, bro. Being that, bro, the man is 6'3", 100 pounds, 20 young guy that can really stay long term in our offense. He dominates, bro.
Yeah.
He bring that island to the middle of the line, and the nose tackles is hard to detach from him. It's hard to get by him. He really dominates down there in Auburn. So I think the Chargers lean Connor Lew, and we go draft him to the Chargers. My
I'm
team is next. My team is next. I've been
the
waiting for this all
bird, the
night.
Philly birds.
My team. That's really breakdown the
I'm gonna let
needs.
you go first. Well, actually, let me
Let's
go first since you actually know a little bit more about Philadelphia. I mean, I'm not too deep in with Philadelphia, but I know a little something still. Needs right now is a tight end, guard, edge, and cornerback. Okay, cool. Philly has always been known for having a dominant offensive line. They always been known for having a elite tight end, and I honestly believe they still have an elite tight end out of Dallas Goddard. He's the most reliable guy for Jalen Hurts. Edge, the D line is stud. I think they're losing. Correct me if I'm wrong. Either Nolan Smith or Kobe Dean. I believe it's Kobe Dean. that's a free agent?
So our free agent, Kobe Dean is up on the defense side of the ball. You have, I think Adoree Jackson is up. I think and Reed
And Reed
Blankenship is
and
up
Reed
as well.
Bucket. So, yeah, I think they're definitely keen on to the defensive side of the ball here. I don't see them going first round and getting a tight end, especially not when you still have Dallas Goedert and yeah, it doesn't make sense here. So I definitely think they go D line here. Not D line, I'm sorry, excuse me. I think they go defensive back here and go pick up sorry, I lost his name. It was Brennan from out of South Carolina, Brandon.
Brandon Cece.
We got CC. I think they pick up Brendan CC here just to get some depth in that defensive room. Let him go to work and get developed. It's a great room they have over there, and I feel like he'll fit in perfectly.
So okay, I like the DB pick. I like the DB pick because we really need a for sure guy on the opposite side of Quinn, bro. And
Okay.
we've been really throwing guys in all year. Keely Ringo, Jacoby Bennett, freaking Adoree Jackson. And it's like we really need somebody young that can come in and do what Quinn did, shut down the other half of the field. But that's analyzer a whole needs here. We got tight end guard, edge corner. Tight end. We have Dallas Goddard, who is up for free agency, but I really don't know there, bro, because Dallas played at a high level last year. He was a safety net for Jalen. It's whether or not we're able to retain Dallas. If he might be, or if we want to retain Dallas. Guard. At guard, we have Landon Dickerson, who he gets beat up. He's easily beat up throughout the season. So, and then we have edge. I don't think we go edge here. I really don't think we go edge. I think we end up bringing back Jalen Phillips, and then we got Nolan coming off the other side. I think it's out of corner and tight end here. No, I think it's out of corner and guard here, honestly. And if we go best available here. I think we take a lot. There's no way we don't. I think we draft King Sadiq. I think he's just if we want to get cheaper on offense, bro, that we can't pay Dallas. If we want to get
Yeah, I
cheaper
didn't
on
know.
offense, we take King Sadiq.
Yeah, I didn't know Dallas was a free agent. So I definitely that probably would have persuaded my pick a little bit better. But I still think y'all need a DB. Simple as that. I'm happy with the Brennan CT pick.
Mhm.
I'm happy with that.
Me too. Cleveland,
Um,
you're on the clock.
Cleveland is on the clock with their second first round pick. Pick 6, we had Cleveland again. Ione from out of Penn State, the guard. Their needs is quarterback, wide receiver, guard, and tackle. Again, they just got a new head coach. That old head coach, he was kind of skeptical, not even skeptical, but wishy-washy with that quarterback room. So I don't really think they get a quarterback. And plus, any quarterback that's still available on the board is not worth that first round pick. So I think they go beef up that wide receiver room. The next available, I think you have to kind of get Casey Concepcion from out of Texas A&M. It makes the most sense. You still got Jerry Judy. I feel like he'll be an excellent wide receiver too. Maybe even work his way up to that wide receiver 1 spot. And it's an excellent target for Shador. Excellent target. He has sure hands, nasty. He's filthy with the yak. Yards after the catch, and just an all around explosive guy. He brings juice to that offense. I'm taking Casey Concepcion here.
AC. Okay, so I can't go receiver again. I got Jordan Tyson off the board early in this draft. So
Mhm.
now we already answered the receiver need. Quarterback, guard, and tackle. My favorite tackle in this draft, to me personally, bro, has to be Freeland out of freaking Georgia, bro. He's a monster. And he's huge. And he's huge. I was watching film on this guy earlier, bro. Freeland moves. He really shuts down the side of the field. And I think if we want to really give Shador, I was gonna say Shadir. If we really want to give Shador a fighting chance, bro, we gotta get something, get him some help, get him at the tackle position. So I think we go O tackle. I think we take Monroe Freeland at Georgia.
Monlo Free. Ain't gonna lie, that's controversial right there, brother. But I see what you're saying. I'll let you pick that. Who's next? We have Chicago. Their
Chicago
needs is
Bears.
D-line, linebacker, and safety. So clearly something on the defensive side of the ball. What you thinking?
I'm thinking we go D line here.
Okay,
We got Javon Dexter. I think we get us some help here. I think we go Peter Woods. I think Peter Woods end up in the Chicago Bears. Take Peter Woods off the board.
you took the words out my mouth, brother. I think Pierre Woods is a bear at the first round draft pick. I definitely agree with you. He's an explosive interior D lineman. He's balanced. He can play the run, play the pass, and he's young. Why not? At that high
True.
level, yes, I think it's worth it. Number 26, we have Buffalo Bills on the clock. Their needs is wide receiver, edge, linebacker, and defensive back. Now, I get what you were saying. I don't even know. I don't even know. Because thinking about the Buffalo Bills, they have no help at wideout at all. Keon Coleman has been a no-show since the jump. Khalil Shakir is just will never be a wide receiver one. And I forgot who the wide receiver 3 was over there. But
They had
Khalil
Brandon
Shakir,
Cook.
Brandon Cook,
Brandon Cook was really the one last year when he got to Buffalo.
and still that says volumes because Brandon Cook is getting old. He's been around. I think you have to go wide receiver here. Going best available, they have Chris Bell. He stands at 6'2", 220. Think you have to go Chris Bell here.
Chris Bell,
Yeah, I'm
get him
pretty
an
sure I'm
AJ
agree with
Brown
it.
type guy. That big physical receiver, that AJ Brown type guy. I like that there.
It makes sense. You have no help at wide receiver. Your previous first round wide receiver has been a no show. He doesn't. To me, it feels like he doesn't even take the game seriously at this point. So I feel like you beef up that wide receiver room and go Chris Bell.
So so I like that pick. I like the wide receiver pick. I just think this wide receiver class is so deep that with
Hmm.
26 we can go elsewhere. Their needs are wide receiver, edge, linebacker, DB. I gotta think they go defensive side of the ball.
Something.
Who were their DBs over there, bro? Who were the DBs over there? They
All
had
I know is Maxwell Harrison.
That's literally the only corner I know, bro. I don't even know who the other corner was, bro. Maxwell Harrison, Taylor Rapp. Is Taylor Rapp over there at
Yeah,
safety?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Rap.
Hold on, let's look up their DBs. The Buffalo DBs, bro. Got my computer right here.
It's so
DBs.
much depth in all these position groups. It's gonna be hard watching some of these guys sad to say, but eventually go undrafted just because it's so much depth and there's really not no separation between any of them. They're all guys in a sense, but it's deep. It's very, very deep in this draft.
Literally, bro. Trying to sign there, Buffalo roster 2025.
I
Pulling it up
think
right now.
Josh just needs somebody to do it just to help him out, man. James Cook can only carry so much of that weight. You know, he's the very dynamic passing, catching running back and a running back in general. He's very dominant, but it's only like I said, only so much he can be able to do. You need a wide receiver that's gonna stand out. Me taking Chris Bill, I think he's gonna be that standout wide receiver that they've been in need and searching for.
Okay, yeah. So we got Taron Johnson on one side, we got Maxwell Harrison on the other. I think we go edge here. I think we go edge here. We really haven't been getting the pressure that we want. I think we take Keldrick Falk out of
From out of
Auburn.
Auburn.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I think we get some pressure to the D line. San Fran. Wait, did
Dan
you pick? Did
Fran.
you did you pick your Buffalo pick? What was your Buffalo
Yeah,
pick?
I picked Chris Bell. I
Chris Bell.
think they
Okay,
go
okay,
get
okay.
some help for Josh Allen out there.
San Fran.
Their needs is a
What?
wide receiver, guard, edge, and safety. San Fran has been known for an elite shut-out defense for some time now. I think this season they just had a lot of injuries. Guys are getting old, and you just need some fresh meat over there. So I think they go on the defense side of the ball, and this is where I have Kendrick Folk landed to on the other side of Nick Bosa, Kendrick Folk, and I feel like they go edge here.
So they go edge. They get Keldrick Falk
Yeah.
to the 49ers. I like that, bro. I like that. I think they go edge here again. I think they go edge here, bro. Yo, let's go TJ Parker out of Clemson, bro. This guy is
Mm,
a game wrecker, bro. He kind of had a like a underwhelming year last year, but I think he was just loading up for the NFL, bro. And at 27, if he falls in San Fran's lap, this guy could really do some damage. Do some damage to off the edge.
28, we got Houston Texans. Texans. They need a running back, center, guard, and D lineman. If you watch the Texans this season, CJ was running for his freaking life nonstop.
Bad,
So
bad.
I think they go trenches on the offense side of the ball here. I think they go pick up Connor Lew at the center position from Auburn.
Connor Lew.
Yeah.
Center, I think I like that pick, bro. Connor Lew, bro, is really like a versatile player, bro. I think they go on off the O line too, bro. I'm tired of seeing what happened to Shroud, bro, and him just running for his life all the time, bro. I really
Yeah.
do think. Let's see who's our best interior on the line, still in the best. I think we go Chase Basantes out of Texas A&M.
Okay. Okay. It's not bad. It's not bad. Ninth pick, we have the Los Angeles Rams. Woo! Their needs is quarterback, tackle, and a cornerback. Think they go tackle here. I think in this type of position. So let's start here. The next available at tackle is Spencer Fano. He's a stud. Let's flat out stud. It's not no bias in this pick at all. I think it's just an even better stud at this tackle position still left on the board, and Caden Proctor. He's 6'7", 360 pounds. There's no way in the world you're just passing up. You can teach technique and all that things. You cannot teach size. If you have a tackle standing at 6'7", at 360 and can move, there's no way you pass up on that. Everything else will come over time. It just makes the most sense of why you would pick Caden Proctor in this position.
No, seriously. No, seriously. For me, we already addressed corner, Manson Delane, early in the draft. Matthew Stafford, we don't know how much longer he got left. We really can't risk him getting injured. We don't know how much longer he got left. And why not go on the O-line, get him a tackle, get him somebody to protect him at 6'7"? He's still available.
Six, seven.
I'm going 6'7". I think I'm going
Barely.
Hayden Proctor out of Alabama as well.
Roll Tide, man. Roll Tide. With the 30th pick on the board, we have the Denver Broncos. This is where it kind of gets a little tricky at with these last three picks. It's a hard, not really, I wouldn't say tricky, but it's hard to get really keen on what you really need with these teams. The Broncos, they need a running back, tight end, center, and linebacker. Off of my board alone, I think running back is not a huge worry, especially in this first round. The running backs that's left, I don't think you really take a chance on the first round on them. They have tight end, center, and linebacker. If we look at the next best up center, you have Sam Hetchett from out of Kansas State, but I honestly don't think you go center in this position either. I think they go tight end here, and on my board, I still have Kenyon Sadiq from out of Oregon. Evan Ingram's getting old. He hasn't been able to create, separation. And really, a tight end is supposed to be a quarterback safety ball. Evan Ingram was not that for Bo Nix at all. I think Kenyon Sadiq would be a great fit with the Broncos. It's if he's still on the board at the 30th pick, something's wrong. He's a 6'3", 245-pound tight end. He's a big body tight end. He's just I don't see you passing up on him. So I got the Broncos taking Kenyon Sadiq.
Now, you know something crazy, bro?
Oh, Timmy.
King Sadiq, 6'3" is big.
Yeah.
6'3" is big. But like some draft analysts say he's on the smaller side as far as frame. And 6'3",
And
6'3". But he's like that's still a talent, like, bro. You can do so much with him, and I feel like his 40 time, he's gonna have wide receiver type 40 time. That 40 gonna be crazy.
literally,
So then, okay, so for me, the Broncos, I think we go defense here. I don't running back at this point, bro. If you're not honestly, if you're not, you probably with these last three, they'll probably even trade out of the first round. But
yeah.
if we have to, we with no trades, we stick here. I think we go CJ Allen on the defensive side of the ball. Out
Okay.
of this, bro.
Out of
CJ
Georgia.
Allen.
Honestly, I think I'm going on the opposite side of the ball here. I think they go tight end. Their tight end, Evan Ingram, hasn't really been a contributor to the offense. He's getting old and really hasn't been productive recently. So I think on my board, I still have Kenyon Sadiq. I think the Broncos land Kenyon Sadiq with 30th pick. He's younger, explosive. He's standing about 6'3", 200, and is very versatile. You can almost identify him as a wide receiver. I think that's gonna be a great versatile weapon for the Broncos.
I like that, bro. King Sadiq still on the board. You don't know what situation with Evan Ingram gonna look like getting another tight end guy. Now, 31, we got the Patriots, which I really don't know, bro. This
I
is like up in the air.
I'm gonna go and say what I think. So
I think we go. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
So I think Patriots, they really don't have a high need for anything here in the first round. But if they do keep their 30th first pick and don't trade it out, I think you almost kind of have to go into tackle position here. The first round tackle y'all just drafted was getting whooped and beat on all season. He hasn't really pinned out to be that first round talent everybody thought he was gonna be. I still have Spencer Fennell from out of Utah on the board. I think Patriots grabbed this 6'6", 305 monster of a tackle and either put him on the opposite side of Will Campbell or maybe move Will Campbell down to the guard. You know, he's an undersized tackle, and that was concerns last year for him. So I think they go get a more profound tackle in Spencer Fano.
I agree with you. Actually, I agree with you. I think if we stay with our pick, we go tackle. I still got Caleb Lomu out of Utah on the board. I
Mhm.
think they do address that tackle position. For me, I would say, okay, Caleb Lomu is still available. We go ahead and drive him out of Utah.
32th pick. The second pick, we have the Super Bowl winners in Seattle Seahawks. Now, Seattle Seahawks, they have a lot of pieces on the free agency side of the ball. Some positions are what made or what helped them win the Super Bowl. And when I say that, I want to speak about the defensive side of the ball specifically. You have your star cornerback, Tariq Woolen, on free agency. You also have your other cornerback, Josh Jobe, and your safety, Kobe Bryant, is all on free agency. It's gonna be hard to bring all these guys back. It's not gonna be possible because you have Kenneth Walker the third, you have Wayne Mayfield, Rashid Shaheed, and it's just a lot of people that's gonna have to be paid. So I think with the 32nd, they fill one of those voids and get in a cornerback and Colton Hood. Colton Hood, he's a 6-foot demon from out of Tennessee. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he got targeted 52 times, only gave up 28 catches for 318 yards, and only allowed one single touchdown the whole 2025 season for the all Volunteers. So I think this will be a stud position for the Seahawks with the 32nd pick and Colton Hood.
Colton Hood. I
Yep.
like that. I like that. I like that, bro. I really like that. Yeah, so you got so many DBs leaving. You need to get younger on defense. You need to get cheaper on defense. So I know you go defense here. So many defensive backs going, testing free agency. I think we go corner here as well. And I think we go South Carolina. We go get Brandon CC out of South Carolina, the SEC. Bro, 20 tackles on the season. The interception, he's a ball hawk. So I really think he fits what you need. You already got Emin Worry. He's familiar with Emin Worry already there. And so I think, yeah, at 32, I think they do stick with the corner. But for me, Brandon CC flies off the board.
Yeah, same mindset, just different players, and that would be a elite bond on that defensive side of the ball with Nick and Mawari and Brandon Cece. They, former teammates, and you basically take them under his wing, teach them the ropes of how the Seattle Seahawks defense gets down, and all gel as one. I like that pick.
That does it for our first round mock draft, bro.
Mhm.
Let me know what you guys think, where we went wrong or where you think we could have did better. And you guys go test this out yourself. Go put together something for yourself and see how many, what ideas you get right and see if you think like a GM out here in the NFL. But thank you for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, and then we'll be back for the next episode soon. We'll be back. We're really
Mhm.
gonna push the grind and get this podcast really up and going.
Y'all let us know who won his mock draft as well, man. Who y'all think had the better list? What, yeah, like you said, who did the best?